Hello everyone, welcome to my political broadcast. As you can see, I am wearing white, so I am from the PAP. I am running as a PAP candidate this election. My name is Can't Make It, CMI in short. Thank you in advance for voting for me, because I know the PAP will always win. So this Friday, we all know the PAP will win. So I thank you now so that I don't have to thank you later. Because when the election is over, we no longer back you. You will back us. So when the election is over, I don't have to thank you. Correct or not? So I thank you now. Because after that, waste my time to thank you. Anyway, I still have to pretend a bit because we are still in the heat of the election. We must pretend that we care for you. We care. We have a plan. East Coast plan. Oh, anyway, nowadays we are very busy because while the opposition parties, they all have policies, minimum wage, retrenchment insurance. But we PAP, we don't have any new policies. So we need to be very busy. We have been using the anti-fake news law, POFMA, to attack everyone who have plans. And someone make a police report. Not us. Someone make a police report against Raeesah. You know, right? Raeesah. Cannot. We cannot have racism in Singapore. What? Who say PAP have racism? Who? Oh, let me see. Oh yeah, sorry, paiseh. Tang Wu Meng, Tang no name. A few days ago, he says something about Alfian and Britam. Is it? This man grew up in Singapore. Singapore gave him his education, and he earns a living here. An education and a living that is denied to many minorities in the region. Why? What's wrong with this? He discriminate against the minorities, is it? Yeah, sounds a bit sensitive. Never mind, no issue. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. What? You say PAP last time also make racist remarks, like what? Zhu Weikiang, PAP MP, also said, one evening I drove to Little India and it was pitch dark, but not because there was no light, but because there were too many Indians around. This sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes people make mistakes. We say sorry. It's okay. What, Raeesah? Charge! PAP is okay. PAP is okay. What? Still got one more? Who? Seng Han Tong of Ang Mo Kio GRC 2011. What did he say? I noticed that the PR staff, SMRT staff, mentioned that some of the SMRT staff, because they are Malay, they are Indian, they can't converse in English well enough. So that also deters them, but I think we accept broken English. This one, apologize also can. That time already, Shanmugam already tell him to apologize. Correct or not? Look. We are PAP. We are in the government for 60 years. When our own PAP members say racist remarks, we tell them to say sorry. Okay? We tell them to say sorry. We control the media. So we tell the media to report, to say sorry. Raeesah what? Raeesah charge! Police investigation. All this opposition, we must charge. We cannot be fair to them. How else do we win election? Sorry. I was talking to my staff, so sometimes I get very worked up. So my next topic is that, welcome to my political broadcast, very serious. So we also have the POFMA anti-fake news law. So recently, Vivian Balakrishnan, he's very smart. He went to, the live debate and then accused other people of saying that, spreading falsehoods, right? And then Vivian also very smart. He also said, we won't even have 6.9 million population in Singapore. So I tell you, I'm very fair one. Okay, I'm very fair. What I will do is, as a minister of truth, well, I will use the POFMA against Vivian. You know why? Because in 2013, we already passed the population white paper, 6.9 million population, right? So we passed it already. That means we are trying to achieve it at that time. Maybe now we are not trying to achieve it because Vivian say we are not. But because we actually passed the white paper, that means we want to do it, right? So Vivian, he's spreading falsehoods. So I will use the POFMA against him. But actually, maybe he's also not spreading because now maybe we are not trying to achieve the 6.9 million. But you ask me for target, I also don't know. But I can tell you the population has been increasing quite fast. So if it goes above 6.9 million, right now I will tell you, we won't even have 6.9 million. But if it exceeds 6.9 million, accidentally one. No, we didn't plan. Okay, sorry. Another thing, Paul Tambyah, okay? He thinks he is an infectious diseases expert. Of course, there's an international organization wants him to be the head, which means he's actually very good. But we are PAP. We don't take the best experts. We take Heng Swee-Keat. He is the principal private secretary of Lee Kuan Yew. Like you see Lawrence Wong, Ong Ye Kung, they are also principal private secretaries. Now, for us, it is very important to take principal private secretaries, experts or not. They are also not experts, but they are on the COVID-19 committee. So they are most of them are economists. Singapore is all about GDP at all costs, GDP growth at all costs. So Paul Tambyah says Paul Tambyah is an expert. Yes, he is. But COVID-19 to us is not a public health issue, okay? Maybe to Taiwan, to New Zealand, to Korea, is a public health issue. That's why they deal with it very well. To us, it is not. So you have to understand our priorities. Singaporeans, you have to understand, COVID-19 is not a public health issue. It is an economic issue. Remember when Chan Chun Sing went on Bloomberg, he also told them, after COVID-19 is over, we want to be first off the blocks. Hsien Yang also said COVID-19 might not be the flu. COVID-19 might be something like the flu. So we say we don't have to wear mask because at that time the science is not correct. All that. We also say schools don't have to close, don't have to lock down. Because why? Our priority is economics. So we have to keep everything open. Otherwise, how to make money? So this Paul Tambyah, he come and tell us, we have to look at it in terms of a public health perspective. Then how to make money for us? For us, correct or not? Maybe if he's in Taiwan, if he's in New Zealand, he will be on the committee because they prioritize public health. But you have to understand PAP is different. Okay, PAP is different. So I would like to continue. When it comes to COVID-19, my fellow MP, PAP MP, Chan Chun Sing, he also said he went through in detail the manifestos of the various parties, and he says one part is glaringly missing. How are we going to get through the crisis? So I am going to tell you what our plan is. Okay, we have a plan. We have an East Coast plan. We have a Singapore plan. We care. So I am going to tell you how well we manage the COVID-19 crisis. Okay, So in February, correct or not? In February, many countries in the world say must wear mask. Even Taiwan, Korea. But we are very smart. We tell people you only need to wear mask when you are healthy. And then 2 months later we gabara busing. We tell people no need because suddenly we realize the science say need. But we have a plan. 2 months later we tell people to wear mask. We are 2 months behind other people, but at least we told people to wear mask. Sometimes it's very hard to have foresight. This is a new disease. It took us by surprise. So we don't know how to manage it. But we have a plan. We care. We care. And then many parents told us to close schools, correct or not, in February. But we say no, cannot. And then 2 months later, we also walk back on our words. But at least we close schools after that, after 2 months. Of course, I know we put many Singaporeans at risk. Everybody has been telling us we need to close schools, we need to wear masks, but we don't want to listen. You know why? No one else in the parliament was telling us to listen. No pressure. I know got Workers' Party, but they only 6 people, 9 people. Little people, never mind. No big deal. So we don't listen to them. And then the other thing. Of course, after that, we have to lock down, right? In April. I know. Many people told us to lock down maybe March, but we don't want to listen. So sometimes you have to understand. When you are in power for 60 years, you have so much power, you become complacent. So you have to forgive us. You have to understand. We will take your concerns in, but if we don't listen, you have to understand. It's very hard to listen when you are complacent. Okay. And our priorities are economics. How many times must I tell you? So closing schools, wearing masks, all this not important. Also, Chan Chun Sing, he also said that we already have a plan to make more masks. You ask me what's the plan? What's the plan to make more masks? We have a plan. We have a together plan. We care. We care. I don't know what the plan is. Chan Chun Sing, what is the plan? I don't know. He said that who come from ship. Okay. Yeah. So we didn't want to lock down. And then after that we locked down, right? And then because the SMRT, they all tell us that the trains financially is very difficult to cope. So we also reduce the trains. We need to plan for SMRT, correct? Yeah. Also, after that, too crowded, is it? Too crowded, trains too crowded. But you see, we have to make money, whether or not crowded, you ask people to wear masks already. After that, fine them, $300, don't wear masks, fine them. They are angry that we make the number of trains lesser and they're angry with us. And we are fining them, they're angry with us. It is their responsibility. It is not our responsibility. Okay? And, of course, many people ask, how come there's suddenly an explosion of the cases in the migrant worker dormitories? You have to understand it is a very unexpected situation. We do not have foresight. What migrant groups told us early in February that we need to test the workers in the dormitories. We already told MOM. You know what MOM said? I told you, I read from the news in Straits Times. MOM has warned employers after hospitals reported that employers were dropping off workers to have them tested for the coronavirus. So what MOM said was employers who act irresponsibly by misusing medical facilities may have their work passes privileges suspended. That was what we did, okay? That's what contributed to the COVID-19 increase in the dormitories, is it? Hear no evil. I do not know what you're talking about. We did our best in the dormitories. We even increased the capacity for testing to 8,000. Of course, sometimes we never test until 8,000, sometimes not even 3,000, but it doesn't matter. We tell the public we test until 3,000, the public will believe us because why? We are PAP, everyone believes us, even though we might not be completely transparent sometimes, like no one knows the results, but you will believe us because why? We are PAP, 60 years already, everyone believe us because we are PAP. Doesn't matter that we are 4G, doesn't matter that I told you all the mistakes we make just now in the COVID-19, you will still believe us. Of course, you won't believe Paul Tambyah, he's an infectious doctor disease. You know why? Because I used POFMA against him. So because I said he lied, therefore he lied. Even though actually you tell me in secret, I actually think he's telling the truth. But you know how the POFMA works or not? The POFMA, the anti-fake news law. Because we are PAP, we control the parliament for 60 years. When we introduced the POFMA law, of course, our parliament will pass the law, right? I know, Workers' Party have a lot of, they have a lot of arguments against it. Maybe some of the arguments are true now, but doesn't matter because there are only a few people in parliament. But you know how the POFMA works or not? In POFMA, it's what only minister. So I'm a minister, I can't make it the minister of truth. So when I say that the opposition lie, because I'm the reasonable person to decide, so I will think the opposition lie, and then the opposition have lied because I am the reasonable person. So if I think there is a public interest issue, I can also issue POFMA. Do you know what public interest issues are? Anything that opposition does is against my public interest as a PAP member. And that is a public interest issue. Okay? That's all. That's why all the POFMA I have given, except two, I think, all have been given to the opposition, the independent media, and the human rights activists and organizations. So I am very proud. Now I can protect PAP. But now I can protect Singapore. Sometimes I keep forgetting because I keep thinking PAP is Singapore, Singapore is PAP. Not everyone thinks like that, but doesn't matter. That's what we are taught. Okay, so that's what. You can go to court to challenge. But the way we have written the POFMA law, even the judges have said that they cannot rule on the public interest. So I am the public interest. I can decide on the public interest. Very smart, right? We control the parliament, we control ministers, we control the media. Now even the courts also have to listen to us. Wait. Sorry, sometimes I get overexcited. Okay, so I want to continue to tell you some more things. Very fast, I'll wrap up my political broadcast. I want to share with you. In Singapore, we take care of your healthcare. This is why we make you pay 8.8% to 10.5% into your MediSave. And then you get healthcare because we care for you. Of course, Singapore's healthcare is very expensive. It's around the world, it's one of the most expensive out-of-pocket expenditure that Singaporeans have to pay. I give you an example. Okay, in Taiwan, the health insurance premium is only 4.69%. And then the worker only pay 1.4% of your wages. And after you pay 1.4% of your wages, if you want to go to see a doctor at a clinic, all you need to do is to pay about 100 Taiwanese dollars. So that's about 4 Singapore dollars. So you pay 1.4% of your salary, and then you go to a clinic, you pay $4. Very cheap, right? In Singapore, we make you pay 8% to 10.5%. Including the employer contribution. And then when you go to a clinic, you also pay very expensive rates, right? We earn from your MediSave and we earn when you go to the clinic. I know, by right. If like Taiwan, they only pay 1.4%, they can pay so little at the clinic. If you pay 8% to 10.5% for MediSave, when you go to a clinic, you should get it for free, right? If we look at Taiwan's case. But then how can we make money? PAP needs to make money. Why do we need to make money? This one, it's up to us to know. Singaporeans, you just pay and pay, okay? Remember, during the election, we will care for you. After that, you pay and pay. That's why we have a plan, a East Coast plan. Together, we care until the election is over. Smart, right? Smart. The other thing I also want to tell you, in Taiwan, their labor insurance 11%. But the worker only pay 2.2%. And then when they retire, they will get back 60% of their salary every month as retirement payout. So if you work 40 years, you will get 60% back. Not only that, if you lose your jobs, you will get unemployment benefits. Also 60% of your previous salary, 6 months. After that, you can still extend if you need. Okay? In Singapore, your CPF, we make you pay 37%, right? 20% employee, 70% employer. And then when you retire, how much can you get back? Not even 60%. You only get back average 355. And 74% of Singaporeans don't even get back $500. You know why? We earn again! Sorry. Oh, sometimes I get very excited. So you have to understand, we don't have enough money. We have to increase the GST to 9%. We don't have enough money, even though we collect enough from CPF, MediSave, etc., etc. I know. The opposition, they are proposing, like SDP says they want to bring down the GST to 0% until the end of 2021. They even say SDP and PSP both says they want to exempt GST from basic necessities, right? But if we do that, how do we earn money? You have to understand, PAP is all about economics. It's all about capital. That's why the James Lim, he is very smart. He go on the political debate and then he says the difference between PAP and WP is PAP is all about capital. WP is about labor. He is right. And we hope that he doesn't win. We hope that's why we keep attacking them and Raeesah, because they are from Sengkang GRC. Oh, very scared. I'm very scared. Yeah, okay. And you have to understand, okay? WP, we call them PAP light, right? Actually, it's not the case. It's not WP, it's PAP light. Actually, we PAP, we are WP selfish, okay? So you have to understand, inside this is our inside joke in PAP. We know WP have good policies. When Vivian Balakrishnan said that, whatever WP write, PAP can also write. That is bullshit lah. We won't write those things lah. You really think we will implement a minimum wage? You really think we will implement retrenchment insurance for Singaporeans? You really think we will want to not increase GST? Please lah. Whatever WP wants, protect Singaporeans. It won't protect PAP. Okay? So you have to understand our logic a bit. One last thing. You know the last few days ago, the Vivian Balakrishnan accused Hsien Yang of falsehoods. And then we are very happy, right? We go to our PAP website. Then we use the analogy of how people want to beat up their spouse. But we are very happy we are tone deaf. We don't even know that the analogy is not good to use. The analogy is inappropriate. But you have to understand, we are PAP. Okay? We have been in power for 60 years. It is very normal for us to be tone deaf. It is very normal for us not to hear Singaporeans' voice. You know why? Because there are too few opposition in parliament. So whenever you complain, nothing gets into our ears. Because how many opposition? Not many, okay? So we use the analogy of beating up the spouse. But that Shanmugam very funny. Shanmugam go to his Facebook page and then he put a quote on his Facebook page. He says, "We cannot tolerate hate crimes or violence against anyone. Violence is violence." Shanmugam, you didn't get the memo, is it? We already used domestic violence as an example. Now you go and put this quote up there. You make us malu. Tak malu lah. Malu. Paiseh. Xia sui. You understand or not? But also, I think you have to understand PAP, when we say we cannot tolerate hate crimes or violence, we means we cannot tolerate when it's against us lah. When it's against Raeesah, when it's against Hsien Yang, Paul Tambyah, when it's against the opposition, we can smear. We can use personal attacks. Like Shanmugam. Shanmugam very free. On his Facebook post, if you scroll down just a bit, he spent 3 Facebook posts talking about Brad Boyer not being honest. Hello? Can you debate about policies or not, Shanmugam? You have no policies. PAP's manifesto has no policies, is it? Actually, yeah lah. Well, our manifesto, everything is all policies, we package it in. We also talk about how we want to have all these COVID-19 plans, but you have seen how we mismanaged the situation. I know. COVID-19 is actually the first time that Singaporeans can assess. You can see how capable we PAP 4G leaders are, and we didn't do a good job. We failed terribly. I know many Singaporeans complain about us during COVID-19. We are scared, but we hold election anyway. Why? Because we know when you are scared, you will still vote for us and we will still win. So all we need to do is to just come out to say opposition has no plans. I mean, we also have no plans, but if we attack other people, people will forget we have no plans. People will forget that we messed up, that we didn't do our job well, and you will still vote for us? Of course, our Prime Minister Hsien Yang, he said something very true. He said that today's PAP is no longer the PAP of Lee Kuan Yew. The PAP has lost its way. And as the PAP, because Hsien Yang is our Prime Minister, I agree. Wait, Hsien Yang is our Prime Minister? Wait. If a PAP person say, then it must be true, because we do not think that PAP people lie. Okay. So you have to understand, we are the 4G politicians of the PAP. You have to understand that now 33% of the candidates we put into parliament, we put into the candidacy this election, 33%, they are all new. And out of everyone we are putting into the election now, more than 95%, they all entered politics after 2000. So this PAP is very new. It is different from the PAP of Lee Kuan Yew's time. So the PAP of Lee Kuan Yew's time might be very capable, right? We are different. We cannot even manage COVID-19. But we will win because we are PAP. Sorry. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. So one last thing I want to talk to you. You don't have to be afraid that it's not enough opposition, because we have NCMPs. You have to understand we are going to have 12 NCMPs. Okay? When we give you the NCMP slot, we say there's 12. We might not give you 12. We might give you 8, might give you 6. It's up to us, because we are PAP, we control the government. So after we win, we decide, okay? So I will be honest to you. If we really want to deny ourselves PAP, 2/3 majority, when we win all 93 seats, we will give the opposition, the NCMP seats, we will give them 47 seats, so that then they will make up more than 1/3 and will have less than 2/3. That way, they can really check us. Okay? 47 seats is a lot. But do you think we are so stupid? We are not. We do not want the opposition to check us. That's why we will give the opposition 12 NCMP seats, so that it looks like we have opposition, but they won't have enough numbers to check us. So when I tell you that we have NCMP seats, you have enough opposition, you have to know I don't really care what you think. I just want to pretend to care what you think. Okay? And the last thing I just want to say, it doesn't matter that the PAP today is no longer the PAP of Lee Kuan Yew. We messed up the COVID-19. We didn't do well. Our 4G politicians, we all put ourselves into the multi-ministry task force to handle COVID-19, and we did terribly. But we are riding on the coattails of the PAP of the past, of Lee Kuan Yew, Goh Keng Swee, everyone. Doesn't matter that we are all inexperienced, and even though some of us came in all the way from 2000, 2006, and 2011, and we still cannot handle COVID-19, but we know you will vote for us, because we are the PAP. So remember, come this election, vote PAP. Doesn't matter that we don't have policies, new policies. Doesn't matter that we cannot manage COVID-19. We know that we are the best. And you have to vote for us, because otherwise, how do I have my multi-million salary? Okay? That is very important. How do I upkeep my bungalows? Okay? So in the end, I just want to tell you, this is a satire video. So if later I get POFMA, I will also laugh, you also laugh, everyone also laugh. Okay. So this Friday, remember, vote wisely and make your vote count. White color. White color not corrupt. We all say not corrupt, but you know lah. Bye bye.